Hi, I'm JJ. I am a life coach and I eat mostly meat.
I'm Eric. I'm an amazing novelist and I eat mostly meat.
We're starting things out a little differently
Yes,
today.
we have people we want to thank, two in particular. We want to thank Amy.
Amy.
You're commenting. We love that. And we hope you see this. And
Carrie. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. And let us know if you saw the shout out.
we read the comments to each other sometimes.
Sometimes. Did want to talk a little bit about coming out of the carnivore closet. So I don't know.
Have you admitted it to other people other than me and all these people on YouTube?
All these people on YouTube. Well, I was going to ask you, but you don't deal with a lot of people socially.
Yeah, I try to avoid people whenever possible. I like to have a screen between me and them so that this whole world works great for me.
I think it was about last summer of 2023. So I'd already been doing it for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I came upon calling it a whole food meat-based diet.
Sounds like Ken Berry.
And I threw it out there, just like someone said something and I said, oh yeah, blah, 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 and just like sort of let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then later in the year, in the fall, my mom asked me, what are you doing? You look great. You've lost weight. Wow, you look wonderful.
And you said?
A whole food meat-based diet.
And what did she say?
Well, she said nothing at the moment. But then more recently, she's like, you eat very unconventionally. She said something like that.
Isn't she a vegetarian?
She is a vegetarian.
That's extremely unconventional. So I guess...
I also mentioned it this winter to a friend. It was sort of in passing again. I used the same terminology. The reason I ask is because I just got off the phone with a friend.
Okay, you don't want to out them?
And I came out of the closet there.
Okay, you want to tell me who it was? Okay.
Okay.
And the reaction was?
Well, most people have said nothing. And again, I'm not trying to get them to say anything. I'm like just saying, She was actually really interested though. She has been having a really hard time. She's got Hashimoto's and before we got into a deeper discussion, but one of the first things she said, because I was like, I don't know if my business is going to go somewhere with this. As we mentioned, I'm not taking clients right now. And I've just been sort of in a holding pattern with my business to see what happens. As we've had our new property and all this other stuff going on, sending our daughter to college, etc. I'm like, I don't know. I feel so passionate about this, but it's really unconventional. And she's like, well, you know that people are really disgusted with the medical system right now. She's like, this is huge right now. And then as we proceeded to talk more, she talked about how frustrated she is with having issues with her Hashimoto's, but other issues coming up, and doctors basically just saying, oh, well, that's your age.
Isn't it Hashimoto's is a thyroid issue, right?
It's an autoimmune thyroid issue. So again, I was a little uncomfortable though, even though I've known this person forever, but she was actually really receptive and kept asking questions. And I did watch a Nisha video recently with 5 Minute Body. Dr. Berry saved my life, I think. It's a really good interview, and she talks about her journey. So I sent her that link, gave her a recommended Dr. Ead's book, even though that's a mental health slant. We talked about that on one of our last videos, how it really does get into the nuts and bolts of nutrition as well, not just from the mental health standpoint. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what she'll do with it. I've been mostly just doing Dr. Berry's suggestion of just trying to lead my life and not proselytize or anything.
Yeah, it is difficult because we've had benefits, and it's hard not to, every person you see who has some challenge, to go, carnivore it, and that will solve your problem, because one, it might not, but two, yeah, you just can't go up to people and tell them what to eat.
You can?
No.
No.
How many decades were we told to eat low fat?
Yeah.
And all the broccoli, and I just never could really do it. So you have to really be internally motivated. You have to have a why. Yes. And of course, but Hashimoto's would be a great example of like a really significant why, something that would motivate you to want to do it.
Yeah.
I just watched videos today about some people who were using carnivore alongside chemotherapy and other treatments for their cancer, and how They were diagnosed with a terminal condition and given a certain, amount of life they were going to be able to live. And here they are well beyond it. And their cancers are shrinking. Their cancers are shrieking. Give me sugar. You gotta eat some Snickers immediately. And they're like, no way, cancer, not eating any Snickers. That's funny.
That is.
Anytime I see cancer in the title of a YouTube, I immediately don't click on it because I've talked about my health anxiety in the past. Did a whole video about it. The last thing I ever want to see is anyone having any health problems.
Yeah, you were just saying though yesterday, maybe you were like, I can't believe I'm watching this video, and then I can.
Yeah, that was this morning.
Oh, that was this morning.
That was this morning.
Oh.
I was watching a video about this subject. In the past, I couldn't have done it because you know this, having lived with me. Anytime anyone had any disease on TV, I immediately had symptoms of that, and it was ridiculous. And it was actually a joke between us.
Yeah.
So coming out as carnivore, one thing to say, yeah, that's how I'm eating. It's another to say that's how you should be eating. And I'm a little less inclined to do that with people. I think the thing that we need to do mostly is just get results and be a model, and then wait for people to ask, what are you doing? That's what Dr. Berry says is first, heal yourself. And then when people ask what you did, then you can say, yeah, it's keto, it's paleo, it's carnivore.
I still feel, I know you think I'm willful and all that.
Think?
I know you throw that term around here and there.
It's interesting since your very favorite fictional character was Anne of Green Gables.
That's true.
She's your kindred spirit.
She is.
So she was very willful, and I don't think she'd be shy of telling anybody she was carnivore if she
true.
thought it was the best solution.
That is true.
Because it's considered by many to be a fad or extreme, you just don't even want to get into the conversation.
That's part of it too.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to fight about it. It's like, I would never tell your mother your vegetarian diet is a disaster because I don't know.
Yeah.
I might suspect, and I have a family member who's vegan, and I don't know, it seems to have worked great for her for decades. But I don't know. I obviously don't know. There's no counterfactual of a clone of that family member who ate a different way.
Yeah.
So I just don't tell people what to do.
I know someone too, actually, who's a coach I know who is vegan and has been mostly vegan, definitely vegetarian when he travels because it's harder. But yeah, he's seemed to do really well.
We went up to see our daughter at school a week and a half ago, and I was off plan for that day. But I've been killing it.
Yes,
since
you have.
Then. And it's like,
look at that.
I will personally free Winona. Are you going to ask me about my shirt?
Tell me about your shirt.
So back in the early 2000s, I don't remember when it was.
Is this Winona Ryder?
Winona Ryder got arrested for shoplifting on Rodeo Drive or something in LA, and she was in jail. And then there was this meme shirt came out immediately, Free Winona, and for some reason I had to have it. And so here it is, I'm wearing it, and I wear it fairly frequently, even though, I like her in Stranger Things, and I'm struggling to name.
Edward Scissorhands.
She was in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Heather's.
I never saw that. Should I tell them about my blood donation?
Well, don't get too graphic, but this is somewhat
This is different,
here.
but there's a big bruise here. Maybe you can't see it. I donate every 8 weeks pretty much because my hematocrit and my hemoglobin tend to just indicate high iron. And so my doctor said, start donating blood. My good vein did not show up, and they struggled, and the phlebotomist, I think that's what their name is, she had to hold the needle the whole time that I was bleeding.
I'm not squeamish, but when they have to do that stuff, it gets me a little.
And sometimes they have to adjust it after it's in your arm, and sometimes it kind of hurts. So, but I handled it great. I actually had three of the Red Cross people around me trying to figure out why I wasn't bleeding with my amazing veins.
Well, but did you hydrate?
I hydrated so hydrated.
That's what they say.
I don't know what it was. They seemed reasonably skilled. I mean, there was a bunch of other people donating around me, and they weren't having this problem. So maybe my carnivore veins were just like, I'm not giving up any blood. I don't know if that's what they would say or how they would sound. I have come out as carnivore to almost nobody because I don't ever talk to anybody. But if you have, and you've had a good experience or a bad experience, let us know if people are trying to talk you out of it still. Amy, Carrie.
Anyone else,
Everyone's invited.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, leave a comment.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.